Okay guys, we're going to do something a little bit different today. This is a 2010 Dodge Caliber and it has a smashed up fender. So we're going to take this and we're going to put this on. So what you got to do is basically, there's a ton of bolts you got to remove, a few pieces of molding, stuff like that. You have to disconnect the skirt underneath. So we'll speed this up and just start doing it. All right, peace. All right guys, so you got a 10 millimeter right here, 10 millimeter right here. You have to pull this molding off right here, over below the windshield, another 10 millimeter. Then you got, looks like a 7 millimeter right here and a 7 millimeter right here. And you pull back this plastic, slide her out so far. But I'm gonna speed this up. We're gonna show you guys the fast process of doing this because it's gonna take a little while. And we'll see what I run into. So after getting everything loose on here and everything looch and taking and getting the whole top loose, I actually need to access underneath because there's two bolts right here in this area. So I got to end up pulling the wheel off and then reach under and pull the wheel cover, or the fender cover, whichever, fender liner is what they call it. I got to remove that over in a certain area to get some bolts loose. So it's a little bit more work. So back to work. Okay, so I'm learning as I go. As I got under there and I pulled this, these are the tabs. I know these things can get to be expensive. Let me get up and show them to you guys. You want to make sure and try and pull these tabs out and get them complete. Mainly these, which actually pull out, and this comes in and then pulls out like that. So you mainly want to get these intact because sometimes they can be hard to find. I remember on my truck I had to get some and I couldn't find the right size ones, so it became a pain in the butt. So I'm glad I got these out without breaking them. So pulling off the tire as well too, the access is awesome. So I'll go ahead and pull the camera and show you guys that in a second, all right? So now we've got the 4 million bolts off and everything. This was a little bit more work. It was just easier to pull the front clip and pull the fender liner as well on the front. So should have this thing off. No more bolts. And there we go. There's the old fender. Let's go ahead and toss this out, shall we? Let's go ahead and get the new one lined up. Look at that thing, it's so beautiful, isn't it? Let's see how that's going to sit. Make sure everything lines up. Oh, it's so pretty. that's gonna work perfect. Cool. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this back off real quick because I do gotta set it in and need some help from my wife. And then we'll fast forward tightening the bolts, all right? Okay, so now that we got the fender on, we got the 3 top bolts that need to be tightened down, but the bottom is tightened as well as the molding. So we're gonna get the other bolts in here tightened, these 2 nuts right here. We'll put these on. There's 2 bolts that stick through that mount to the fender there. They're 10mm nuts. Use a 10mm so far and an 8mm and a screwdriver so far. Basically all I've needed. Okay, so then we're going to tighten that down, and then we're going to bring that up, and then we'll go ahead and tighten up the headlight and the other stuff right here, and then we'll be able to slap the rest of the front end on. So we'll speed this up again. Guys, so we got the fender on, gonna put the lug nuts on. I think we're gonna probably call it a day today. It's 100 degrees outside, so just even these lug nuts holding on to them are hot as heck. But we removed the old fender, put on the new one. Let's get this here, just get these started. So let's get this tightened up. Once we get this tightened up, we're going to bring it down and we'll go right back to you guys. All right? So I did put 2 jacks under here just to back me up because we're on an incline. So we'll go ahead and get the first one, the little one, down. Now I just put this up as a stand, kind of. This ATV lift really, really works real good. I love it. There we go. Nice. Okay. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Replacing the fender on a Dodge Caliber. A little bit more work than I thought. Took first time I ever did it, took about an hour and a half to 2 hours total. What we're gonna do is, tomorrow, I'm gonna pull off the rear fender or the rear bumper and put that on there, and we'll do another video on that. But for now, it's 100 degrees, 101 outside. I'm baking, so we're gonna go ahead and finish this up. Like I said, 2010 Dodge Caliber, and we put the fender on it. Takes about an hour and a half, takes 10mm, some patience, and everything's self-explanatory when you take it apart. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to come back to Dorito and LuchaCabre. Peace. Luch mob, baby.